Merkel pelted with tomatoes at rally as voters rage over open-door refugee policy. On Tuesday, German Chancellor Angela Merkel was pelted with tomatoes at an election rally in Heidelberg over her open-door refugee policy. Angela Merkel pelted with tomatoes at rally as furious voters call her a liar over the open-door refugee policy. I guess that's where they hit her. How she goes up there with a straight face where it's all over her outfit. I would assume they'd have more. The 63-year-old chancellor came under literal and actual fire from hundreds of protesters voicing their upset over her open-door policy during the 2015 migrant crisis. Police said 2 tomatoes were thrown during different parts of the chancellor's speech, with one striking her left hip. One of her aides was also hit by the flying fruit as the words liar and hypocrite rang in their ears. The noisy demonstration was fresh evidence that not all votes are guaranteed at the general election on September 24th, when she seeks a 4th term in power. Some 3,000 people were at the rally, and those who demonstrated against her were angry at her refugee policies, which have seen over 1 million unvetted immigrants enter the country in the last 2 years. If we made a mistake, then it wasn't in taking in people, Mrs. Merkel said, in defense of her decision to open the door to immigrants in 2015. Recently campaigning in the eastern state of Saxony ahead of her next month's federal election, German Chancellor Angela Merkel was booed, heckled, and shouted at by protesters angry at her open borders migrant policy and its transformative effects on Germany. Taking to the stage in the town square of Annaberg, wherever, Merkel was forced to acknowledge the protest, such as was the volume of her "Get Lost" and "Merkel Must Go" chants emanating from the crowd. Some want to get things done and others just scream, the chancellor commented. Yeah, right. Speaking alongside local representatives of her Christian Democratic Union Party. That's all a crock for her, believe me. What was her first campaign event in the former East Germany? Well, you could see people are mad. And it goes on to and on. Friendly, beautiful place to the world by welcoming hundreds of thousands of migrants. Yeah, right. Let's take a listen here. This is the one that's going. What a disgrace to our country. See, they're not allowing her to speak either. They're protesting her, yes. Yes, and I didn't notice any of the Muslim migrants there rooting for her. Where are the Muslim migrants? I see only German people. So in other words, so she goes against the people of her country to bring in a crap load of migrants to the country to destroy it, to totally destroy the country, and and she expects support for that. Where are the migrants rooting for her on the other side of, let's say, they're not there. She's a criminal. She's a globalist, and that's it. Merkel, too bad they didn't have more tomatoes to throw at her, because she deserved it. She actually deserved a lot more tomatoes, just a whole ton thrown on top of her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.